Oh, não, eu queria jogar contra... Não, eu queria jogar contra o Dalcy, velho.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. What are they thinking here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? The Fuha stock to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings perfect. Takes the round.
Mano, como é que o cara joga? Esse tempo todo joga o jogo e joga no Wi-Fi, mano.
Let's see if they can keep it up. They both showed their
Jesus.
so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 can build off this lead. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Going in, flawless round. They got him so quick.
Jesus.
Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked
Do Wi-Fi, do Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi não, amiguinho. Saí aqui, Wi-Fi não. Eu queria jogar contra o Dalcy, mano. Deixei na reserva, tô assim o Dalcy ganhar. Jogar com Wi-Fi, esse cara tem que ser muito chegado, meu, mano. Obrigado. Vamos pegar o JP aqui, o cara deve jogar bem de JP e a luta que ainda, né? Boa demais. Isso aí, se esse daí não for o... Como é que é o nome dele? Dark, né?
Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Throwing some shade. Jumps up, goes for the throws. Going in. Player 1 is not in a good place health-wise, but with a super art in play, it's still not over. This can lead to some big damage. Snares him with the wrong reserve. Both, will this super art do anything? Flatline zone. Player 2.
Os caras têm a moral de fazer os bonequinhos, né, mano? Cê é louco.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge?
Se eu tivesse soltado o fraco.
Goes for the command grab.
Boa.
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Burnout activated. Brings out the super. How is this going to work out for them? Player 1 has experience in burnout. Checks him with the boom. Both players all out of drive gauge. Gotta be pounding them with the Lavshuka. Can they stand the heat? They were not clear for takeoff.
Muito boa a jogadinha.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Drive time. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going, keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Looks like like they both relied a lot on their drive. Oh, burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal experiencing burnout. They're both drivers. This is gonna get messy. The drive's off the table. What else have they done? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Reads the jump-ins perfectly. Chisels them down. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Immediate jump-in. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Was hungry for the grab. Player 2 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Drops that off. Zones with the fireball. Drops them. Players anti-air in the clutch. Barely go all in with a rush. Dangerous range here. Overhead attack. Player 2 with the lead. Will they go for offense or can this drive bring them back? The jump it curls them from above.
GG. Aí matou.
And we need super art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Sits them down with the super. Now that's how you take a round.
Quero ver dar.
And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps. Grabs them with the embrace. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Overdrive. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Parries the projectile. It's not easy to parry projectiles in the heat of a match, but it's definitely effective. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Somersault kick. Wins out in the battle of the
Boa.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks them with the boom. Shows the medium kick. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Out of range. Relatively safe. Sonic boom. Pokes with the medium kick. Departure set. Knockdown and uses the target combo as a filler. Jumps in. Grabs and throws him away. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Hits the drive. Slow, heavy, but no go. Jump anti-air in the clutch. A real tip burns out. A single hit will do it. Passes out the cage right there.
Meaningless efforts.
Wait, what? Are they actually dead? Hanging by a thread. That amazing never say die attitude got them the win. Player 2.
Me tiraram do fliperama. Enquanto o Wesley vai me vingando aí, eu vou olhar uma paradinha aqui.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Will this decision pay off for them? Grabs them. Well-timed corner switch. Goes to the overdrive. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Okay, creating some space. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Can't tech the throw? Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Looking to plant them with a pile driver. Quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping at this range. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. So, what's next? The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Fools them and locks them in embrace. And they create an opportunity for them to pay. Oh. Player... Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with a play-by-play. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. No good up high. Well-timed command throw there. Player 2 has the life lead. What's the play here? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Trips him up. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Life lead opens up. Jumps up. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Good job as the kick hits. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Baits them and goes in for the hug.
Não é uma dificuldade isso aí, ó.
Uses the target combo as a filler. Ah, burnout activated. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Took him to the corner in a flash. Experiencing burnout. Sneaks in the throw.
Deixa eu olhar ali de novo.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. it looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Low kicks are a no-go. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 2 with the life lead. Look at the damage they can pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. With the life gap open, KO! Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes for the jump in to start the round. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. A quick breather. Through the door! 3-volt icy. Ends the meter. Hoping for a good return.
O Wesley disse que tava matando o JP tudo, rapaz.
Nice and clean. Flawless round. They got him so quick.
Acho que não é bem assim não, hein?
Player 2.
Mas tem que dar um mérito aqui, que a luta é ruim tanto pro Guile quanto pro Zangief. Mas é da hora. É da hora. Eu gosto de luta que você tem que ir muito mais do que só apertar botão. É, mano, essa luta aqui é uma das mais horríveis e terríveis.
Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player 2 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time. So it's vital to not let that happen. Player hits him for the stun. This might be over right here. Gets him.
Horríveis e terríveis.
Sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Burnout activates. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. What'll happen here? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout.
Pula.
Jumps in. Blocks the impact. Player 1 needs to use the experiencing burnout.
Vacilo meu.
Uses their fires off the turnover. Going in. Player 2 might have just shipped. That was a huge, huge stun. They need to capitalize on this chance and go in for the kill. Let the Chernobyl drops off the tank and scores the win.
Vacilo meu, hein? Jumpinho. Vacilão mesmo.
The real fight starts now. Who's going to froze him? Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Gotta do better than that. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Let's use the boom. Let's uses their drive gauge. Shreds that off. All in with the rush. Both sides getting ready. Meets them air to air. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Clutch anti-air. Lamsuka throws them in the minefield. Player 1 uses the teleport. Quick medium poke. This is a system for the win.
Veja. As ferramentas do Guile é horrorosa contra esse boneco, mano. A cada 10 partidas que eu faço contra esse boneco, eu perco entre 9 a 9,5. Mas tá bom, tá bom. É melhor jogar com... tendo que pensar do que se resguardar na loucura. Segundo round ali eu cometi um erro muito bobinho. Infelizmente ali culminou na morte do Guiloso. Aquele jumpinho que eu dei, que eu caí em cross, caí nas costas dele ali, que me arrebentou. Se eu não tivesse dado aquele jumpinho, eu tinha mantido ele no canto. Não era garantia de vitória não, mas a chance era maior.
No good up high. Player 1 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 has used up all of the
Resetinho. Mano, essa magia dele aí de agarrão, esse troço tá muito injusto, viu, cara? Mas um pilão mata.
They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. With the life gap opening up, they need to
Mas aí o Wesley...
Time's the only thing moving here. Departure! Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. That drive impact doesn't get through. Trying to read each other here? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will have to fight back here without any drive. Takes them all the way to the corner with that.
GG, Wesley, é só matar, irmão.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Blocks the low heavy.
JP, mano, é um dos poucos personagens que, se você é prata, você pode considerar que o cara é ouro, porque é um boneco que dá um upgrade muito grande na habilidade do player, tá ligado?
You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Player 1 will look to a plate save. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Air throw whiff. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range.
Você tá falando aquele diagonal do Guile? Diagonal pra frente do Guile? De antiaéreo?
Could be the start of something. Dangerous range here. So, what's next? The jump-in is denied. Adds a bit of OD spiceful. Uses the teleport. Okay, here we go.
Boa reação do Wesley. Nossa. Quem desse o próximo golpe matava. Com certeza o Wesley ter tentado ali o pilãozinho. Mas você tá falando ali do Zangão, né? Porque do Guile não tem o Drive Rush do Guile não emenda com... Ele é cancelável, né? Mas ele não emenda com o Drive Rush não, o do Guile, né? A não ser... Ah não, o diagonal pra frente, que é aquele... Guile High Kick lá que eles falam lá, aqui dali emenda.
Things are looking very bleak, but can they find something? Great job and hits the drive. What are they gonna do? Sees the overhead flatline there. Player 2 was
Negativo, negativozinho. Vamos ver se eu consigo ganhar o mesmo round agora. Aumento de kudos. Ó, o Tatu tá aqui, ó. Ah, mas se o Tatu jogar contra o JP, vai matar o JP fácil. Blanca versus JP, deu ruim pro JP. Buchinho, casinha.
Alright, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Good anti-air. Knockdown. They can open up this round big by converting this punishment. Where is their opening? shoots off a fireball up close. Life lead opens up. Burnout is triggered. The quarter makes it. Oh, watch it.
Ah, giletinha. Eu esperei o último segundo pra não correr o risco do cara subir a gilete, né? Que essa gilete do Gui tá uma porcaria. Ela sobe pra um lado, o cara cai pro outro. Tá valendo. Bem live.
Time to sit on the lead. Jumps in. Blocks the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive game. Burnout activates. Player 2 in dive Chernobyl. Scrapping it out
Boa.
up close. Through the door.
GG.
Experiencing burnout.
Eu vou entregar de uma vez pra diminuir o tempo de fila.
Player 2 plays with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous win.
Se fosse o DJ, eu só dava o dashzinho, soquinho, 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 acabou. Matava. Aqui o Tatu vai matar ele aqui, ó. Tá ligado? A chance do Tatu morrer pra esse coisa aqui é muito pouco. É porque o Blanca, ele tem umas ferramentas muito boas pra chegar no boneco lá.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Wow, shut down. Player 1 with the life lead. Fires off an overdrive arc. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Takes a trip. Well timed. Oh! Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Definitely answers the air attack. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 is going to have to wait for that. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Player 2 chases them down. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Revolt cages them in with the left shuka. Quick break. The super doesn't hit. KO. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Goes for the jump in to start. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Nice vertical roll there. A little too greedy there. Took him to the corner in a flash. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? They were expecting that drive impact. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Revolt? Oh, coming for you! Ooh, what a smart blow! A quick breather. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Shows a medium kick, tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Player 1 uses the teleport. Hits that with confidence. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Fight round. Fight. Fools them and locks them in embrace. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Closes in. Burns out. Like this unleashes some big damage. Turning it right up with the super. No hesitation. Wows out on him. Take them up. And move the cannonball. Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Closes it out. Player 1.
Eu não disse que a luta era de boas na lagoa? Agora temos que ver se o cara vai ficar aqui pra jogar mais ou se ele vai simplesmente ir embora, né?
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Hope you're ready.
Tomara que eu perca. Eu tô olhando a comida aqui, sagrado. Bolsa de família, esqueça.
What's going to happen? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Blocks the jump in. Starts off zoning with fireball. Starts with a jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then
Lá vem esse macaco. Agora o macaco se transforma na criatura incontrolável.
return on that combo. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Good somersault kick. Going wild with Shout of Earth.
O erro dele foi o mesmo erro que eu cometi aquela hora. Ele deu um golpe e acabou caindo pro
On
canto.
the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. Dashes forward. Sonic boom. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Checks him with the boom. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Checks with a medium boom. Perfect boom. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. The engagement here will have a huge effect. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Eu ainda não sei jogar esse jogo direito, mano. Eu tô precisando pegar o esquema. Eu não uso direito a questão do drive rush. Eu não uso direito o drive parry. Ó, tô nessa máquina aqui enquanto ela tá brilhando, hein? Você tá brilhando. Enquanto ela tá brilhando, então no caso parar de brilhar, eu vou pra outra máquina. Isso aí é meu parceiro, ele vai virar meu parceiro ferrenho nesse Street Fighter 6 aqui, mano.
Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Long, dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireball. Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. Now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Box him with a target combo. Goes to the overdrive. Sticks the jump in. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Burnout activates. Execute KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Holds out with the block. Taking stock. Neither of them drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 2 has an experiencing burnout. Checks him with the projectile. Going in. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout. Burnout activates. Player 1 will need to wraps it up with a
GG joguinhos.
Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Hoje eu joguei mais cedo com os joguinhos. O joguinhos me mandou lá pro treino de novo. O joguinhos me cansa de mandar eu pro treino.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made. All right, first round. What's going to happen? That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Player 2 has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Takes the chance to hurt him. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Even with both fighters in burnout, this may be the time to strike and take the round. With a super art connect, the super doesn't hit. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 1 has depleted their drive game. Player 2 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Goes for the reads the jump in perfectly. Shows the medium kick. Just out of range for that throw. Perfect input on the sonic boom. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they
Pessoal,
have?
se vocês tiverem o hit confirme, vão todo mundo aí pro canal do Scott. Não sei se todo mundo tem, não sei se os joguinhos têm.
Sends a clear message with that counter. They're experiencing burnout. Big throws. A quick breather. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Checks with a super art. That's not gonna hit. Both life and super art. They tops off the tank and scores the win.
Vou chamar vocês aqui, ó. Então vou mandar o link aqui do canal do Discord aqui. Então, daqui a pouco também eu tô 6 horas, eu tô fechando o caixão aqui. Sabe como é que é, né? Mas aí vou mandar aqui no link do... Quem quiser entrar aí vai ser bem-vindo. Aí tô indo pro Discord aqui.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Deftly shuts out the jumper. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Next up, these two fighters are perfectly synced. Player 2 has the life lead. What's the play here? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive alignment.
Boa.
Holds out with the block. Can't tech the throw. No more drive gauge. The quarter takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1, somersault kick stops him cold. Getting into the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? They'll off a projectile to waste time, checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Goes for the rush. Uses the gauge for a super art. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Going in? Rolls out the Sobot. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Springs forward with the drive rush. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Big opportunity coming. Player 2 is dominating this match. Hits the back row to get the side switch. Experiencing burnout. Throws them. Both sides getting ready. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Flatline goes. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Você sabe por que eu gosto de jogar com camarada igual joguinhos? O Tatu é meio doido, mas ele, quando ele joga certinho também, ele joga muito bem. O Wesley. É justamente características simples que o jogador tem que ter. Porque todo o raciocínio por trás dos botões você tem que ter, mano. Você não vai jogar na loucura, você não vai pular de qualquer jeito, você não vai apertar botão que você não sabe pra que serve. É outro nível, é outro nível.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Are they trying to slow down the pace with the projectile? Trying to control their opponent here from a distance.
Boa.
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. All right, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. Player 1 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Sonic Boom! Throws out a projectile. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Medium kick. Throws them to negate the block. Dashes forward. They were right to be on guard.
Boa.
Took them to the corner in a flash. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Grabs and throws them away. Both fighters planning something? Super arts on deck for both fighters. Burnout activates. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Doing some quick planning? They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. KO.
GG. GG, ficou muito bom.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks him with the boom. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Crown them from above. Like this is gonna hurt. Putting the
Boa.
cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Locked on.
Locked up.
Make smart use of the game. Good, super. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Close range projectile. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Boom! Jumps. Let's lose some boom. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Catches them in the crossfire, bringing the best of Guile together for one lethal move. Player 2 leans on the flash kick to get them out of a jam. A jump in? Oh, all in with the rush. Burns out. They are not getting close to each other. Flip air to air. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh boy. Both running empty on drive.
GG.
Are you kidding me? Player 2
Lutão, mano.
reaches the
Lutão.
win. But that
Não, então é o seguinte, ó. Esse pelão tá tudo cheio, mano. Enquanto tá entrando aí, deixa eu dar uma charingada na parada aqui.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Hope you're ready. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
Perdão, Tatu. Não, Tatu.
Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out?
Boa,
Uncomfortable
boa.
space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Tons of drive and health to work with. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Starts with a jump in. Checks with a projectile. Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. That hits him with a stopping bomb. This is gonna be bad news. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Taking stock. Scrapping it out up close. Somersault kick. Tries to bait out a reaction to it. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Uses the gauge for a super. Level 3 super. Sending that meter like it's nobody's business. A single hit will do it. What a finish.
É um abacate, macaco.
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Cadê aquele NGT Wesley, velho? Cadê? Eu quero o Wesley. Cadê o Wesley? Ô Wesley. Deixa ser safado, irmão. Ah, o cara da casinha voltou, mano.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Showtime, baby. Hope you're ready. Round one.
Mano, eu tô muito neném ainda com o meu guile, velho. Mas daqui a pouco vocês vão ficar...
What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. All right. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Brushes off the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Okay.
Isso aqui eu tô dropando, mano.
Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake.
Tá saindo a magia, mas é isso que eu quero não, velho. Eu tenho... Meu jogo depende disso aqui, ó.
Denies the low head. Sonic boom. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Perfect boom. They were expecting that drive impact. Burnout activates. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with.
Aceitando um jumping que não é pra me aceitar.
Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burn. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Looking to impress with this super knockout and jumps in, went for the chip kill. Well, listen, when you're locked in, You're locked in.
Tomar que o cara entra com o JP, mano. A luta é muito difícil pro Guilherme. Eu gosto de luta, jogar com um camarada que tem a luta muito difícil. Reconheço que tem na Ranked tem uns JP sangue no zóio, mano. Mas pra treinar aqui é muito bom. Muito bom. É, mano, eu sou muito grato ao Street Fighter 4, viu, velho? Se não fosse Street Fighter 4, eu não teria os amigos, não teria parceria pra treinar agora. Pra poder enfrentar outras pessoas e conseguir novas amizades, né?
Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? No good up high. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. The battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Keep their eye on the air. They can't even get capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Goes for a driver. They're looking to keep for as long as possible. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Somersault kick going in. Flicks out the blade to creep up. What'll happen here? Sonic
Ô, Tatu, nem pra você deixar o da dupla perfect, hein, mano.
will look to apply pressure here. Smart play with the throw. Knockdown and player 2 is dominating this match.
Perdi o charge. Tô tranquilão, Tatu.
That's a big gap.
Tô tranquilão, sem estresse.
Not much life left. Goes for the invincible special. They were confident that would hit. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Agora vem JP. JP vem virado de Jiraiya. Aí o Tatu tá ali pra me vingar, ó. O Tatu fez o boneco dele, tá a cara do mestre do... Quer dizer, cara não, né? Tá me lembrando o mestre da Cadillac Dinossauro.
The fight's now underway. This is vicious with the play-by-play. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Are they trying to beat out the jump?
Mano, esse pushback.
Lays on the pressure with the projectile. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Was looking for that jump attack. Player 2 is maintaining, opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes to the overdrive. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Still drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. That combo did decent damage. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Going in. Anti-air drops him. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Risky up close scrap
Podia
still
ter fechado o
going.
caixão. Tem que treinar melhor o meu hit confirme, cara.
What? Are they actually dead? Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Esse jogo demora, tem hora que demora mesmo, ainda mais, tipo assim, quando entra um camarada que o pessoal quer enfrentar, olha lá, os outros máquinas ficam de boa, mas se tiver alguém que a pessoal quer enfrentar, quer jogar contra, aí amontoa, mano. Aí amontoa todo mundo na mesma máquina, todo mundo quer jogar o mesmo, tá ligado? Esse quer chegar ali e quer matar aquele cara que tá ali, velho, ganhando 2 partidas ali suada.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Neither fighter can force the
O que dificulta muitas vezes, pessoal, é porque é o seguinte,
You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Checks them with the projectile. Knockdown. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner.
Vai cortar o jogo.
With the large gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Where is their opening? Heading into the end game now. It's getting to KO.
Viu o Perfect Boom, a diferença que faz? Dá pra você já dar o Perfect Boom e bro.
Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. Was looking for that jump attack. Last round we saw some very solid zoning play. Can they keep that up and close out this game? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Not much life difference. Going in, crowns him from above. Checks him with the boom. Barely blocks the jump in.
Próximo pulo eu te mato, hein, Tatu? Não, Tatu. Vamos lá.
Sonic boom. Just
Que isso?
at this range. The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. Taking no prisoners. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Seu safadão.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Strings it all together. No good up high. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time. So it's vital to not let that happen.
Boa.
No more drive gauge. He tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive.
Isso não pode acontecer, ó. Eu tô dropando o Drive Rush. Instant Drive Rush, né? Aí, ó, tem que ser assim, ó.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Jumps in. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're still feeling each other out. Changes things up with an overhead. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 will have looking to impress with this super.
Melhor jogada que podia fazer, ele fez, viu, mano? Ou seja, agora eu tô sem rush.
They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck. That was a huge stun. It's in there.
Ou seja, tava sem barra.
Fighters gotta go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Sonic boom. Connects with medium quick. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this case. It burns out. They were right to be on guard there. amazing! Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out. This could lead to some big damage. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. What now? Boom! Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. They are not getting close to each other. Uses their drive gauge.
Eu sei que você tá coçando pra dar um jumpinho em mim. Ué. Olha que sacanagem.
They got him for fall, but you're grounded. Player 2 clinches the win, but that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Oh, says no to the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2 has the life lead. Uncomfortable space.
Todas as minhas jogadas elas dependem única e exclusivamente de eu acertar o Perfect Boom. Viu?
They trade. Okay, they trade hits. Goes for a driver. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. All right, what's coming up next? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks
Pré-charge é
up the
tudo, mano.
That'll
Você
give
é
them a
louco.
psychological advantage.
Deus abençoe o Chuchu por ter me ensinado esse tipo de coisa.
Checks them with the boom. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Jumps in. What'll happen here? Drive time. Good somersault kick. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making. Ends the meter. With a perfect KO. They were in full control there. Well, listen. When you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. The cross-up's good. Jumps over their opponent and tags them with the jump attack to flip their block direction. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Player 1 chases them down. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Sonic boom! Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Checks them with the boom. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Player 1 can't use it. Uses the gauge for a super art. Player 2 is worth experiencing burnout. Somersault kick. Knockdown and... Player 2 needs to use...
Macaco sem vergonha, velho.
This is a KO.
Macaco sem vergonha, meu irmão.
The real fight starts now. Medium squad and opening statement there. Jumps, barely blocked, shoots their shot. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Get some big game on the wild hunt. Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect there's a burnout. Burns the gauge to turn up the heat. Raw super hard incoming. Crossfire somersault locked on. Charles telling us to retire. Go home and be a family man. Dangerous range here. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still pop? Burns out.
Quer ver os servidores do jogo cair?
A lot of pressure building up here. These fighters are swinging for control of the match. Who's gonna take it? That was a magical shot.
Esse servidor desse jogo aqui, cara, eles têm que dar um upgrade nele. Às vezes só de uma pessoa tá assistindo a luta, um terceiro, vamos colocar assim, dá esses BOs, tá ligado? Ó, tem até o cara do Street of Rage ali, ó.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? This is a good way to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Very nice anti-air. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player 2 has the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Plenty of space between the two fighters. Who will decide to close the gap? Holds out with the block.
Eu gostei, o camarada que gosta de usar um...
Not letting them out of the corner. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Knockdown. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read.
Drive Impact. É bem provável que use o Drive Impact aqui, ó.
Lands a punch counter for the first hit. Box him with a target. Checks him with the boom. Smart play, experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. What'll happen here? How will they utilize this? Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Sonic boom. The impact doesn't do anything.
Então vem.
Leaning on the overdrive. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Shows the medium kick. They're going for the super art.
GG, irmão.
There it is. They knew it'd be enough.
Aí a Prado, ó. Só você me ensinou, malandrão.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Goes for the fireball. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Is the fireball part of their corner?
Drive Rush.
Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Taking stock. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Shows a medium kick. Sonic boom. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Can't tech the throw? Both fighters planning something? Player 1 can build off this lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They're experiencing burnout. All the throw connects. Amazing. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Jumps in. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Medium kick. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Adds a bit of OD spice. They gotta go. What are they gonna do? Gotta do better than that. Oh, kisses the fireball. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Vou deixar você ganhar uma, Bernardinho. Você vai ganhar. O seu eu deixo, mano. O resto eu não deixo, não. Bem, eu acho que já tá na hora de fechar o caixão aqui, né? Mano, só de eu estar online eu já... A situação, o tempo já muda.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Nowhere to
Round one.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Trips him up. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Holds out with the block. Solid blocking. Recovers from burnout. Can't tech the throw. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give him a psychological advantage. Grabs him. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Perfect input on the sonic boom. Player 1 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. Big opportunity now in this corner. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Still scrapping for control of the space. Brushes that off and keeps going. Gets a risky puff in. What'll happen here? Boom! So, what's willing to risk it for the overdrive? That's not gonna hit. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 cashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
such a lovely face.
No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Let's lose a boom. Checks him with the boom. Jones with the fireball. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Knocked him out of the air. Looking for a hole. Boom! Reads the jump in perfectly. Can this drive bring them back? This is a gigantic life lead. They are in a real bad situation here. Over in a flash. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters.
Interessante, como às vezes o básico bem construído é melhor do que o... jogo se tornou muito reativo. Além dele se ter tornado um jogo bem reativo, ele ainda ficou um jogo bem técnico a princípio. Dá a impressão que tem muita facilidade nele, mas quando você vai chegando nas níveis mais altos, assim, você vai sentindo diferença
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
E o início de tudo, que rapaz, o início de tudo é o Guile.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 1 is just about out of drive now. Add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2 creates a
eu fiz a mágica acontecendo.
snipes them out the air.
Eu errei a gilete ali no canto ali.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Springs forward with the drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Sonic boom! Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge.
Bom,
Very
mano.
careful here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. You've gotta be mindful of reaching. Springs forward with the drive rush. Going drive rush to keep it going. Player 1
Drive rush.
were they
Drive
looking
rush.
to connect with an overdrive art for this situation? Rushes that off and keeps going. Shreds them with the Sonic. Burns out. Changes the pace with the fire. Lets loose a boom. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Just go for it. The projectile hit. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Player 2.
Ó, o passo preto, GG, mano. Mas eu peguei um dos melhores heals de World aqui, ó. Joguinhos. Eu posso até perder pra você, mas que eu joguei com os joguinhos já me bateu muito de heal.
Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Decides to buff up while they can. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner.
Uou.
Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Alright.
Duas coisas aconteceram. Primeiro, eu acho que ele dropou o Shoryuken ali, eu não sei o que aconteceu, mas
Checks with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools.
e segundo,
This is a real back and forth match this one. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Sonic Blade's a fish for a reaction. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. Burnout activates. Player 1 needs to hold KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night.
Márcio
What
Preto.
else can they get away with? The drive impact is denied. Left off a projectile to waste time. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Both fighters will want to utilize but little drive game. Experiencing burnout. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. KO! Here's the final round. The real fight starts
Here's the
now.
operation. Final round. Fight.
Excellent block. Hits him with a soften block. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. It's back with the drive attack on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Catches them in the crossfire, bringing the best of style together for one lethal move. Sets up with the
Boa.
spin. Player more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1 is on track to steal this back after that super. Here comes the the corner pressure. Nice fireball. Turns them from above.
Perdi.
Player one with the rhythm owning that space. Take a seat. Player two can't use any drive. The stun. Is it gonna be over? I can't believe on the flash kick to get them out of a jam. They are done. Player two
Quase que eu perdi.
was definitely sweaty during that.
Não perdi porque ele cometeu um errinho bobo ali.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Presses for a reaction with the fireball. Medium kick hits. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Get the chance at that jump. What's the play here? Player two is in burnout. Drives off the table. Does a good job of pushing back. Heats it up with a combo into what a finish. Great meat in the life gauge there. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Vamos jogar essa última aqui com ele aqui. Eu tenho os rounds pra fazer aqui.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must
Ó, panguei agora.
uses the drive rush here to steal their springs forward with the drive rush. Player two has an empty drive gate. Oh no, they're stunned. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. The stun's got both sides thinking about what's next. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Looks like they want to anti-air in the cut. Sets up with the jump in. Burnout activates. More fuel for the fire. That's how you close it out. What a beast!
Beleza, você completa o vintão ali. E GG, pessoal. Deus abençoe a todos.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Projectile to try and change the situation.
Tô errando o Sonic Boom, eu tô ficando irritado com isso. Não posso errar Sonic Boom não, gente.
On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Knockdown. Player 2
Boa.
in that dangerous burnout state. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 creates a good they've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Shoots off a fireball up close. From up above. Uses the gauge for a super art. It's been a fight, so both players decide to stand down and catch their breath. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Sonic boom! Are we going to see some fireworks here? Connects with medium kick. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in down to the wire. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. A quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Side switch in the corner. There's the wall spot. They can't do anything now. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 1 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. All in with the rush. Jump, sets up with the jump in. Burns out. Player 2 goes to the air. Back knuckle. What a finish. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Overdrive art. Blocks the ambiguous toss-up. That was tricky. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Denies the low heavy. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning. Perfect execution and gameplay makes our fighter a perfect round. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep keep the pressure on. Looks like they want to establish the rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Hits them with a stop and bop. Checks them with the boom. Holds out with the block. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Sonic boom. Jumps in. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes.
Boa.
Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Drive rush to keep it going. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Manages to block the jump in attack. Checks with a medium kick. Drive gauge gap here. Sonic blades a fishbowl reaction. Brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters experiencing burnout. There's a burnout. Oh boy. Both running in with a super art.
Oh, errei o tempo. GG, mano. Boa.
Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Vou terminar essa partida aqui. É capaz do cara falar assim: não, você perdeu. Se eu perder.
Checks him with the boom. Zones with the hits him with a stop and bop. That feeling out phase is all in with a rush. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. This is gonna hurt. Big flex with the Sonic Hurricane. Player one may be able to put drops them from the air. Perfectly executed.
Oh, double perfect. Bom pra fechar a live, né? GG, pessoal. Fiquem com Deus. PP. Bonitinho. Aqui, fiquem com Deus. Valeu, joguinhos. Valeu, Tatu. Valeu, Wesley. Valeu, Márcio. Vou te dar um likezinho aqui, mano. Você foi sangue bom. Jogou muito. Obrigado. E aí, de pouquinho em pouquinho nós vamos. Certo? Então, Rising Uppercut. GG, fiquem com Deus. Obrigado pela companhia. Obrigado pelas partidas a todos. Deus abençoe a todos. Amém. E tamo junto, pessoal. Fui.